time, harness lines were just fixed length, and they were very simple. And today, man, there's a lot of different styles of adjustable harness lines, so we're going to try and go over some of those and explain the differences and why you would want those. One, when you're starting out, you can adjust them to make them longer so they're easier to get in and out of, or you can, like, say you and somebody else are using the rig, and it just makes it easier to adjust for different size or different height just by moving the boom and shortening the harness lines or lengthening them for a taller person, that sort of thing. And also it allows you to adjust the length of the harness line for different conditions. The adjustable harness lines have gotten better. There's different types of adjustment systems, and they've gotten to where you can adjust them while you're on the water. You always want the buckle on your back hand because you can't use your front hand while you're sailing to adjust the harness lines. It's always the back hand. Let's just start off by some of the different brands here. One, this is the Duotone center variables. There's two different lengths here. This is the 22 to 28, and the idea of having the adjustment on both sides is that the harness line moves down evenly, and so you get an even curve. This is the only company that has the adjustments on both sides, and it works pretty good. There's a longer adjustment as well, and that is 24 to 32 or 28 to 34, and so there's actually three. And yep, these work out nicely. A lot of people enjoy them. These are adjustable more on land than they are on the water. These go on the boom by pulling the boom end off and installing the harness lines. These are the Chinook adjustable harness lines. These adjust on one side. They they're, I would say, moderately floppy or moderately stiff in the middle. These you can adjust the knot here and make them longer, or if you want to make them shorter, then you can carefully undo the knot and carefully slice the tubing if you need to make these shorter than the length of the tube. You can also adjust here as well, and then you can measure from the boom around to figure out which length that you want. These are the Dakine adjustables. These are fairly stiff. These you can adjust this on land. It doesn't adjust as well on the water, but it stays. Once you determine your length, it stays locked in pretty well, or it stays in actually pretty good. And and these go on by sliding on the back end of the boom. There's the Mystic Pro variable set as well. There's a couple different lengths, and this is the shorter one. I believe this is 22 to 28, and this one is fairly stiff, and it adjusts here, and this adjusts as well on the beach. This one you can adjust. You can just undo this, and you don't need to remove the back end of the boom. And there we go. Then we come to the Severne lines. There's three different lengths. There's the white, which is 22 to 28, the blue, which is 26 to 32, and then the red, which is 28 to 34. I think we sell the most of the blue, and then the red, and then also the white. These are pretty cool because these can adjust quite easily on the water. By pulling up this tab, and then the line adjusts here. And this is pretty secure. We've been using these on the booms that we have for rental, and lessons, and these work out really nicely. They adjust super easy. They go on by looping around the boom, and I'll show you that in a little bit. And that's a pretty cool feature, and these are really stiff. Like, they just don't move. Remember that the buckle always goes on the backhand, and I adjust these while I'm sailing. The Patrik, here we go. We've got the Patrik harness lines as well. These come in different lengths. This is the 28 to 34, and these are like the Severne booms that you pull up here, or the Severne harness lines, and then they adjust super easy while you're sailing. And so just by pulling up here, and then you pull in with the weight in the harness, that lengthens the lines pretty easily, or you pull here to make them shorter. And these also wrap around the boom to where you don't have to remove the tailpiece, and that makes these super nice. And another harness line is the Starboard adjustable harness lines. These are 26 to 34. These are very stiff as well, like they just don't move. And these adjust with a stainless buckle. And so that makes this adjust super easy, like if you're foiling or you're on the fin. This just uses a V jam cleat here. This is stainless, and these open up very nicely, and these also wrap around the boom. And these are very stiff, like they just don't move. So when you're sailing and you're sailing in choppy water, it's easier to get into these, the ones that are stiff, in my opinion. These are just so easy to adjust. The ones with the metal cleats, I think, are just so easy to adjust, and then you just pull there, and they lock in. You can adjust these super easy while you're sailing. This has a stopper knot, so you can grab this really easily. And yeah, and you can adjust it longer or shorter as you feel like you have the need to. And then we get into so this is a metal cleat here, but then you get into the ones with the cam cleats. And so Severne's coming out with these pro racing harness lines. These have a cam cleat. You can see this has with a roller back here, and these are super stiff. They have for foil racing, so these adjust super easily. You just pull it up here, and it's like butter. There's different lengths available, and they go super long. So this one's 38 to 44, and man, it just makes foiling super easier, and you can get more speed by using really long harness lines for foiling. These also wrap around the boom, so that makes it really easy to adjust. These are fairly stiff considering how long the harness lines are, and these just came out this year. These are the Patrik Pro Vari. Whoop, let me make sure I get the name right. These are the Patrik, and these also go super long. These go out to 48 inches. These are unique that they have not only a jam cleat but also a buckle, and so these are really stiff, and you can, just similar to the Duotone variable ones, you can adjust this. You adjust this while you're sailing, if you like, or on the beach. And then you can adjust the range as well with this cleat. So if you know it's going to be windy, you can adjust it here. But then also this keeps it very symmetrical down here. as well as being very stiff for how long it is. Yeah, these are pretty popular. These we just got in, so yeah, we'll see how popular these are. These are the these are the IQ foil harness lines. We've been selling a bunch of these. These have a huge adjustment range. These you can thread them on by, and we have a video on these, and you can thread these on without, or you can put them onto the boom without taking off the back end. These also have a cam cleat, and these have a huge adjustment range. And the IQ, these are mainly used in IQ, and these are called the harnessline.com harness lines. And they have a huge, you can make them shorter if you like by cutting the line, and then you just install the stopper, install the stopper knot. And with the cam cleats, with the roller and the cleat, these are just so smooth to adjust. You know, for most normal people who are sailing, I would say like the Severne lines work really nicely because they're easy to put on the boom, and we'll show that in a little bit. They adjust super easy even while you're sailing, and they're pretty stiff. And there's 3 lengths available. The Dakine line, the Patrik lines are very similar. These are the same deal. Most people who are looking for a normal harness line are going to, who want ease of use and fairly stiff, these work out well. I mean, these and the Severne lines work out great. And we sell a bunch of the Starboard ones as well, just simply because they adjust super smooth with the metal buckle. And all of these adjust super easy through the range of the adjustment. Thanks for watching our video on adjustable harness lines. We have all these brands and a few more for sale. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and we do answer them straight away.